What's up, everybody? So some really big news broke overnight in the Janel Grant versus Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis, and WWE lawsuit. It is being reported everywhere this morning. This particular article is from WrestlingInc.com and is linked in the description below if you want to go have a view for yourself. Janel Grant's attorneys have filed a motion amending the complaint in her sex trafficking case against Vince McMahon, John Laurinaitis, and WWE. The motion includes new evidence to support Janel Grant's allegations, which were first levied in January 2024 and swiftly followed by Vince McMahon's resignation from WWE and TKO. In addition to previously unreleased text messages, emails, and voice transcripts, the amended complaint explicitly names current and former WWE employees whose identities have previously been concealed, including former WWE champion Brock Lesnar, current WWE president Nick Khan, former COO Brad Blum, B-L-U-M, former co-CEO Stephanie McMahon, and former legal executive Brian Nurse, as well as longtime WWE producer Michael Hayes. Now, 104 pages long, the amended complaint alleges that McMahon treated Grant as a commodity, sharing sexually explicit images of her with other men, including John Laurinaitis and Brock Lesnar, whose role in the alleged trafficking was reported last January. I believe it was reported last January, right around the Royal Rumble as well, right around the same weekend, because I think like Snickers, the sponsor, bounced for like a day or so until Vince McMahon left, and then they came back as a sponsor, but who was not previously named in the complaint. Vince McMahon actively requested, directed, encouraged, insisted, and ultimately conditioned Janel Grant to create and send sexually explicit content during, but not limited to, writers' meetings, production meetings, while running live television broadcasts in gorilla position, while on the corporate jet, traveling both domestically and internationally. It further notes that others at the WWE knew this was happening, but instead of intervening to protect Janel Grant, WWE viewed and dealt with her as a corporate liability and actively sought to conceal the wrongdoing. It's alleged that even after Janel Grant had been pushed out of the company and muzzled, it's in quotation marks in the document, with an NDA, McMahon continued his efforts to exploit her, including attempting to traffic her to Lesnar in New York in March of 2022. The amended complaint also makes note of an office used by John Laurinaitis to sexually abuse Grant, which was shared with a wall by Paul Triple H Levesque and Nick Khan and Blum overseeing its development. In addition to providing names and new evidence, Janel Grant's amended complaint argues why the case should not be moved to arbitration as stipulated in the NDA she signed. The complaint documents repeated attempts by Grant to back out of the NDA, aggressive efforts by McMahon to get her to sign it, including a transcript of a message left for Grant by McMahon, pressuring her to do so, saying, "I gotta get this effing thing done or I'm double effed," and alleged violations of the NDA by McMahon after it was signed. McMahon's legal team has been attempting to have Janel Grant's case moved back to arbitration per the terms of the NDA, since a federal stay on the case expired back in December. The arbitration provision, individually and outside the general NDA agreement, was entered into under duress and or as a result of fraudulent activity engaged in by McMahon, and the same is void as matter of law. So, man, some big names dropped in this new amended lawsuit. Stephanie McMahon, Michael Hayes, Brock Lesnar, Brad Blum, Nick Khan, Brian Nurse. It's going to be very interesting to see what comes out of this, especially with Stephanie McMahon being named. Just absolutely wild. I'm sure the attorneys representing all these people will be responding to this rather quickly. What do you think? Let me know. Leave some comments below. Hope you're having a good day, and I will see you again soon.